Today is unique and that I'm just going to pick a topic and just start rambling about it and record whatever I say. Face symmetry. I remember one time when I don't remember, it was high school or something. We were talking about, it was in geometry, and we were talking about different things like somebody, I don't remember why we were talking about it. I'm sure there was a reason. Somebody told about Aesop's paradox. Okay, there was a paradox where to reach a person you have to reach halfway. To reach halfway, you have to reach halfway to that. And you always have to reach halfway before you can reach it. So if you have to reach halfway infinitely, you're never going to get there. Therefore, no two objects could touch each other. That is reasonable and that's logical. That's scientific. But we know, you can just know by touching something that I did reach that chair. It was in front of me. But according to what that kid was teaching, he could never reach it. Well, I did. So something is not right about the way we think, and I don't know what it is, but something is not right. But anyway, in that also somebody was talking about the golden, I don't know, something to do with symmetry. It's the fact that we have two eyes, and they were talking about all architecture follows a golden rule. No, not the golden rule. That's do unto others as they do unto you, or something like that. But this is like a calculation of a golden rectangle or something like that. I don't know. The kids were talking about it, and some kid handed out mirrors and told us to take a picture of ourselves and see what we look like. And it was disturbing to me because I looked totally different on both sides. So I realized my face. The idea is supposed to be that you have a mirror and you put it down the middle of your face, like right down here, and it looks the same on both sides. But if you just saw me on this side, or just saw me on that side, they don't match. And I thought that was interesting. But anyway, that's what I was going to talk about today. I remember thinking, oh no, does that mean that there's something wrong with me? And I got all worried, which leads me to another thought. At one point in time, I honestly thought maybe there's multiple species. Maybe that's not the right word. What I mean is a categorization of people and they're compatible. Okay, let me talk about the animals. I heard recently, I don't even remember where I heard it, somebody talking about kinds. Different kinds of things. Like, well, a horse and a donkey. They're the same kind. They're quadrupedal animals. They walk around on all four. They have a tail. Oh, it was some kids' video that the kids were watching about animals. And it was talking about how all cats... Yeah, pet party. Thank you, Mary. And all cats are the same, whether it's a tiger or a house cat or whatever. They have whiskers, ears, tails, except for Manx. And my husband says they cut off Manx. Now, if you know, leave comment below. Because I thought that we had Manx kittens. Lacey, if you're watching, you would know this. But we had Manx cats, and I'm pretty sure that their children did not have tails, so... But I don't know. And they were saying that's something that makes a cat. And I was thinking, our cats didn't have tails, and my husband said they cut off tails, so I suppose I could look it up, but I'm just too lazy. It's really not that important. Which leads me to another, I'm just going to have a train wreck if I try following every thought right now. Okay, so, back to kinds. I thought there was different kinds of people. Well, no. I said that wrong. I thought that there were different sub-kinds. We're all the same kind, and so we think that all people are the same, but I thought really we're not the same at all. And there's different personality types, there's different body types. And I was thinking, well, maybe I'm not really an alien. Maybe I'm just different than people, because they explain, well, if you do this to a human body, it's scientific. This is what's going to happen. Well, that doesn't happen to me. And then I started to think, oh no, I'm a freak. I'm an alien. I'm not from this planet. But there's always genetic mutation and things that can happen. It's like, oh, did you ever see that show Heroes? I love that show. And people could do weird things. Well, they explained it in detail, and I can't explain it in detail, but how people could do things like telekinesis or freeze things. Anyway, people have the potential to have different abilities. We all have different talents. And I thought, well, I wonder how much is different that I don't know. That isn't. That's one of the reasons why people have a hard time understanding me, I think. My perception of the way things are, or the rose-colored glasses some people refer to, it's the way you perceive everything around you. Well, it's different for me because what I think of as common sense, or the denominator that everybody else sees things as, it's not the same as the way you are. I see it most evident in my husband. He sees things and does things entirely differently, and he just says, oh, matter of factly, that's the way people do it. I'm like, that's not true, because I don't even think of things that way. And so things like that make me think, oh, you're such an oddball. You don't fit in. You don't belong. You're not even human. You just look like everybody else. Anyway, so that was my little rant on face symmetry.